Welcome to the next lecture on Introduction to Social Marketing. In this lecture, we will try to cover introduction, then history of social marketing, theoretical framework for social marketing, 4 P's of social marketing, process of social marketing. Social marketing is a big challenge as compared to the normal marketing, because here you will try to hit at below the pyramid or bottom of the pyramid, you will try to hit those people. So, there can be people illiterate, there can be people who are within the social inclusiveness. So, you have to understand and you have to make a marketing strategy for them. Following the same thing what is used in the normal FMCG products cannot be taken here. You might have to use audio dominating, you might have to use color dominating, you might have to use picture dominating. You can't cut and paste a technology what is there in the developed countries in this segment for marketing and advertisements. So, that is what is the prime focus here. We develop a product or we innovate a product, we scale it up, we produce in plenty, but now there are 2 things, you have to reach out to people. So, where marketing plays a very important role. Social marketing is the application of marketing principles and techniques to promote behavior change for the greater social good. It aims to address social or societal issues and it tries to improve well-being of individuals and community. It tries to promote behavior change for the greater social good. Very important word. So, social marketing tries to have 2 things. One is it promotes, it focuses on. It promotes positive social transformation. It focuses on individualizing positive action rather than selling products. For example, sending girl children to school, trying to maintain or check your health during family way, promoting breastfeeding, trying to have a safe child care birth, right? All these things are transformation. Trying to keep the society clean, trying to remove the water stagnated around your house, trying to promote drinking hot water, washing your hands to avoid waterborne diseases. All these things are positive social transformation. Any small effort you put here will have a social impact. It is a sensible method for individualizing behavior durably and cost effectively, combining principles from commercial marketing and social sciences. Very, very important. Commercial marketing is a completely different ball game. The jingle plays a very important role here. The star plays a very important role here. Of course, here also in social marketing, but still there it is playing much more effect. Social sciences has to be incorporated or integrated into the marketing here. We should have a basic understanding. Trying to have a logo which is very colorful and which communicates only to an educated person will not be evaluated to be a success here. So, social marketing differs from traditional marketing in several key ways. The key distinction between social marketing and commercial marketing are purpose. Commercial marketing is more focused towards profit from the product promotion. When we talk about social marketing, it aims for positive societal outcome. Okay. education has become a primary cause for changing human behavior, which tries to promote well-being, which tries to promote inclusive society. It tries to promote gender acceptance. It tries to give a feeling that you and I are equal. It tries to promote team building. It tries to dismantle hierarchy in the society. It tries to promote non-favorism. So, all these things are positive societal outcomes. Target audience, when we keep commercial marketing, it focuses on consumers' desire. There is a need, it might be push or it might be pull from the customer. The second thing is social marketing targets behavioral change for social impact. Desired outcome, commercial marketing can increase product consumption, but social marketing improves health, environment and well-being. More and more sale of product means more and more packaging material. Dispersing this packaging material is a problem that commercial marketing is not bothered. Social marketing is bothered. Today there are good advertisements which keeps promoting, saying them save electricity, use cotton bags, use reusable bags, use reusable pads. See, let me give you a simple example which I have already dealt once. Suppose you have adult diaper. The commercial marketing will look for, here is an adult diaper, it gives you these comforts and you buy it, so you will enjoy wearing it, or it will try to give you a confidence while you are moving in the society for an elderly people. But social marketing means, okay, you have more of this and then how do you discard it? Now, discarding becomes a problem. So, it tries to promote, use something like a cotton and wherein which it has these benefits and also it has a social impact. So, that is social marketing. So, a huge difference. Okay, you should understand the difference. The next one is benefits. Social marketing, it emphasizes individual's gain. Societal marketing emphasizes societal benefit. Financial gain, commercial marketing seeks profitability. Here, it focuses on social impact. Metrics of success in commercial marketing measures sales and revenue. Here, in social marketing, it measures behavioral change and societal impact. That is why commercial marketing techniques plus social science techniques or behavioral understanding is very important in promoting social marketing. You might see many of the social marketing advertisements will not be appealing, but it reaches wider mass, right. So, when we talk about the history of social marketing emerged in 1970s as a response to the realization that marketing principles could be applied to address societal issues and promote behavioral changes for social good. The concept was first introduced by marketing scholar Phillips and Gerald. Their work laid the foundation for understanding how social marketing could be a powerful tool for driving positive change in areas like health promotion, environmental conservation and social behavior modification. Phillips and Gerald are called as the father of social marketing. So, in 1971, Phillips and Gerald published an article called Social Marketing, an Approach to Planned Social Change. In 72, the first social marketing campaign is launched, the Stanford Heart Disease Prevention Project kick-started. In 1980, social marketing is used to address a variety of social issues including smoking, AIDS prevention and drunk driving. In 1990s, the social marketing becomes more popular and there is a growing body of research on its effectiveness. 2K onwards, the social marketing is used to address a wider range of social issues including obesity, climatic change and gender equality. This is very important in the third world countries or developing countries or underdeveloped countries, gender equality. So, the landscape campaign is Stanford Heart Disease Prevention Project. It was launched to reduce heart disease and introduced risk factor among college students. This was in 72. Then Got Milk is launched by Milk Processor Education Program. This was done under Milk PEP to increase milk production in US. Same way in India also we started Amul revolution started. Swachhata Bharat Abhiyan, Clean India Mission. So, it was launched by Government of India in 2014 to improve sanitation and hygiene in the country. Okay. It also focused at urban and rural. Please do not think it is only rural, it was focusing urban, semi-urban and rural. Okay. The last one is Be Vocal, Don't Be Taboo is a campaign done by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. In 2020 by Government of India to break the silence again to break the silence around menstrual hygiene. Okay. These are some of the landmark campaigns which happen. This is in US, this is in India. So, these are all social marketing. India saw or is seeing and enjoying a paradigm shift after this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. The social marketing is based on a number of theoretical frameworks that explains how behavior changes can occur. These frameworks include behavior change theories, diffusion of innovations, social cognitive theory and social norms theory. So, these four are very important frameworks for social marketing. The behavior change theories are psychological models that help us understand how individuals modify their behavior over time. So, it is over time behavior. Today you see everybody is enjoying air condition in their residence. When I was young, we did not even have a fan in our house. When I was 25 years old, the first fan came into our house. When I went to hostel for my studies, of course, I enjoyed fan in my hostel room. But at my home, we brought the first fan when I was 25. Then at the age of 35, when I started earning, I started adding an air condition to my room. And at the age of 45, I cannot live without air condition in my office space. My son, who is born, the day he is born, started enjoying air condition. So, for him, living without an air condition has become next to impossible. It's over time behavior change. Indian closet, using of Indian closet. Indian closet is a very well established norms in India till 2000. Then slowly in bathrooms seeped inside these Western closets. Today that has become the norm. So, there is over time behavioral change. So, that is what is behavioral change theories. Next one is trans-theoretical modeling. So, this trans-theoretical modeling talks about stages of change. The trans-theoretical model TTM proposes that individuals progress through 5 stages of behavior change. They are pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action and maintenance. In pre-contemplation, they are not ready to change. Contemplation means they are considering change but not yet committed. Preparation is getting ready to take action. Action means taking steps. Taking steps to change. And the last one is sustaining the change over time. Okay. Pre-contemplation means not ready to change. Whatever you say, I am not ready to change. Whatever you insist saying, please send your daughter to school, I am not ready to change. That is pre-contemplation. So, contemplation means you have come to a level such that you are thinking of, can I send my daughter? Is considering change but not yet committed. Then preparation is buying her school uniform or trying to pull out from the regular routine, is getting ready to take that action. Then the fourth one is sending her to school. Then the fifth one is do or come what may, she will go to school, is sustenance. So, these are the 5 stages. Every individual undergoes these 5 stages. Many a times we get into argument because of these 5 stages: pre-contemplation, contemplation and preparation. Many a times we all stop with contemplation. Then we don't move so easily to preparation, action and maintenance. Moment you start going to preparation, action and maintenance just follows. It is a tough task, but even for a normal individual we have this behavioral problems. Okay. So, understanding the stage of change helps tailor messages and interventions to individuals' readiness to adopt a behavior. So, moment people start contemplating that I will send my child to school, then they get ready. So, here what government does is, from pre-contemplation to contemplation stage itself, they try to give lot of freebies, or they try to give midday meals. They will give free uniform, free footwear, free books. So, what they, from pre-contemplation to contemplation, they try to push, and from there rest all can easily flow. At every stage there is resistance. When we move to the next model of health belief model, the health belief model HBM suggests that people's health related behaviors are influenced by perceived susceptibility, perceived severity, perceived benefits, perceived barrier, and clues to action. In perceived to susceptibility, it is belief in the risk of the health problems. When you talk about severity, it is belief in the seriousness of the health problem. In the benefits, you have belief in the effectiveness of the recommended action. Barriers are belief in the obstacles to taking action, and clue to action is triggers that promote action. Okay. So, the health belief model suggests that people's health related behavior are influenced by susceptibility, severity, benefit, barrier, and clues to action. The social marketing campaigns used in HBM to address these factors and promote behavioral change by emphasizing benefits and reducing barrier. When we talk about theory of planned behavior, which is called as TPB, which posits that behavior is influenced by three factors: attitudes towards the behavior, subjectivity norms, and perceived behavioral control. When we talk about attitudes toward the behavior, it is individuals positive or negative evaluation of the behavior. Okay. Subjective norm, the subjective norm, it perceived social pressure to perform or not perform the behavior, and perceived behavioral control is here individuals perception of the ease or difficulty of performing the behavior. So, attitude towards the behavior talks about individuals' positive or negative evaluation of the behavior. Why did I get annoyed? Why did I not do this? What did he poke me and why did I become happy? By looking at him, I became happy. By seeing children going to school, I became happy. This advertisement clicked me little bit so that I became happy and I started thinking in that direction. So, subjectivity norms is it's a social pressure to perform or not to perform the behavior. It is generally the rituals what we perform. See, many a times the rituals are told as it has to be done like a instruction. So, if people will convey saying that if you do this and follow this as a ritual, then you get the following benefits. So, that is subjectivity norms. Then behavioral control is individual perception of the ease or difficulty of performing a behavior is part of the factor which comes under TPB. In social marketing, TPB guides efforts to influence attitudes, social norms and self-efficacy to encourage desired behavior. Very important. Next, let us see some of the examples of successful behavioral change intervention which Government of India has done. So, Indian government Swachh Bharat Abhiyan Clean India campaign which was started in 2014 and lot of positivity has been added to society. The initiative started by the topmost man of the country and he tried to hit at schools. So, children participated, children's participation led to family participation, family participation led to societal participation and now it has proved a grand success. So, the behavioral change theory, trans-theoretical model, stages of change was seen here. The Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is a national-wide cleanliness campaign launched by the Indian government to address issues of sanitation and hygiene. It aimed to transform India into an open defecation free country and promote cleanliness and proper waste disposal. Open defecation free country. Here it attacks so many things. 1, from the hygiene point of view. 2, in terms of privacy. 3, in terms of freeness. Okay. So, open defecation free country which gave lot of pride for the citizens and promote cleanliness and proper waste disposal. Every railway station in this country, the waste disposal system has improved a lot. India is a country which is very thickly populated. Doing a social innovation here makes a huge impact. And waste disposal and management is one of the biggest challenge in this country. So, the application of behavior change theory is pre-contemplation, raised awareness about sanitation and hygiene, targeting those unaware of the impact of open defecation. Contemplation is encouraged individuals aware of the issues to consider adopting better sanitation practices. Government told them practice this and also gave them money in constructing their toilets, and constructing toilets with bio waste management system is a super duper hit. Here in which innovation had to happen. Technology has to be used. In a village, if there are toilets at very far off distances and all these toilets have to be filled or replenished with water. Now, there has to be a vehicle which goes through all these places and fills it up. You can't always use the round robin approach. In certain places, the water might not be even used. At certain places, the people would have used a lot of water. So, here you have to find out a transportation mean, how does it fulfill all these places and utters to the need. So, technological intervention and social innovation has to happen. All these toilets are now self-managed. So, a person runs it like a private business. He tries to, he gets his income by paid services. So, by doing so, the livelihood has got enhanced, the hygiene of this country has got enhanced. It's a wonderful social innovation which has happened, and it has been promoted through social marketing. The preparation is, it provided support and incentive for building the household toilets. Action is, mobilized community to actively construct toilets and adopt improved sanitation practices. Maintenance, it ensured behavioral sustainability through continuous monitoring and follow-up. Constructing a toilet is not the end of the story. Constructing it and maintaining it. Maintaining in terms of replenishing water and also maintaining cleanliness there. So, you can appoint a person to clean, or you educate the person who used it to clean. So, this is a very successful model which has been demonstrated under social marketing. So, behavioral change theory has been used, and then here it has been following all the stages: pre-contemplation, contemplation, then it has followed to preparation, action and maintenance. Like this, I would like to give an assignment to you all. Try to see many such success stories, at least 3 such success stories, wherein which the behavioral change intervention has happened and the theory is used. All the 5 stages are demonstrated. You have to read the case study, put this behavior theory there, and then try to fill in 5 stages. At each stage, what happened for the success of this project or case study. Next is India's pulse polio immunization campaign. This is also a very successful campaign which has been done in India to remove polio in this country. This mission has been there for around about 3-4 decades, right. So, India's pulse polio immunization campaign, to a large extent, when there is a polio affected person, so rest of his lifetime he has to be supported through various schemes from the government, and he also has to have a social dignity to stay in the society. In order to maintain these two, Indian pulse polio campaign started under the behavioral change theory, health belief model. This was done very successfully. It is an initiative by Government of India to eradicate polio from this country. It has been a very successful mission, and a lot of people are getting positive impact because of this. The polio affected citizens of this country has drastically reduced to more than 60%. It involves administering oral polio vaccination to children below the age of 5. The success of this immunization campaign also happened because it is oral. So, up till the age of 5, any kid anywhere in this country, when it goes through an airport, railway station, bus stop, market, mall, hospital, police station, entertainment, amusement park, polio vaccination mission camps are held there. It is 100% made sure everybody gets this oral polio vaccination given. And on top of it, government also tries to use ASHA workers and does door-to-door delivery of this polio, oral polio vaccines to the children. Very successful project. So, positive attitudes by highlighting hand washing role in preventing illness and promoting health. It also taught to children how to wash your hands effectively with minimum water and soap. Subjective norms are collaborated with schools, celebrities, community leaders to influence social norms around hand washing and encouraging adoption. The Perceived behavioral control is provided easy access to soap and hand washing facilities for convenience. So, using this theory of planned behavior, this mission is very successful among rural and urban children. I would like to thank you for your patient listening.